Good morning. Welcome to EduSat Network. Friend, as you know, we are having discussion on marketing management, and the precise topic is marketing communication. You know, marketing communication is meant for the sales promotion, and sales promotion require various technique using the communication principle. So we'll try to understand in today's lecture the sales promotion technique used for the promotion of any product and the various strategy techniques adopted and that is communicated to the public. And for discussion this very topic, we have in the studio eminent management personality, Dr. Suhas Kakkar. He has contributed a lot in the field of management, and he has worked in both corporate sector and teaching sector. And in last 30 years, he has got the opportunity to serve in the different corporate sector, and for last 10 years he has been teaching in different institutions, and he is also director of one of the leading management institute in Delhi. And Professor Kakkar is also a Six Sigma Master Black Belt holder, which is highest qualification in the area of quality management. So I think his knowledge and experience will help us to understand this topic and will give insight how to look at the marketing communication, which helps in the sale promotion. So on your behalf, I welcome him for EduSat lecture on this very topic. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Arminder. Welcome, viewers, to the today's lecture. And we are going to spend some time on the discussion of marketing communication. And we'll take this topic to integrated marketing communication. Marketing nowadays has a different meaning. Earlier, what was selling, now it is marketing. There is a difference between selling a product and marketing a product. And when we say marketing a product, and it is possible only through proper and effective communication. Today we are going to learn different techniques used in the communication of marketing a product or a service, so that we are able to reach the customers. They should be able to know what we are offering and what is the advantage of buying a product from a specific company or having a services from a specific company. And basically we are going to discuss promotional techniques used for marketing a product. In my previous lectures, I clearly brought the difference between selling and marketing. And we have to take the subject onwards. And we'll discuss today communication part of marketing, and we'll take this subject to integrated marketing communication. We'll see its concepts. We'll also see what are the techniques available for communication and what should be the proper mix of these techniques so that we have effective results and our goals, what we have aimed in our strategy, are achieved with minimum efforts. Our aim is to maximize our results with minimum input. Now we'll see what exactly is meant by communication in the marketing field. Basically this is promotion, and we'll discuss the role of promotion in marketing function. The role of promotion is communication by marketers that informs, persuades and reminds potential buyers of a product in order to influence an opinion or elicit a response. Communication is a technique now. Promotion is a technique now, which reaches customers so that they make an opinion regarding a product, and it persuades them to form a good opinion regarding a product or a service being provided by the marketer. It also influences the customer's opinion. Now we have to see that this communication process should be such that what we want to achieve is achieved in a proper and most effective manner. For goods and services to survive in the marketplace, Effective promotion is needed to inform, persuade, and remind potential buyers of a product or a service. But to remind the customers time and again that this particular product is available in the market. It has so many features. It is what is the price of the product, what is the use of the product, what are the benefits of the product, and all this is called promotion and regarding a product or a service. Promotion strategy. Promotional strategy. What sort of strategy we have and what all topics it covers and what is the meaning of promotional strategy. And this is basically a plan for the optimal use of the elements of promotion. What are these elements? Basic elements of promotion of a product are advertising, public relations, sales promotion, personal selling. Some of the topics we have covered and which make the promotional strategy. And we get a competitive advantage over our competitors. Promotional strategy is a plan and for using promotion effectively. It's a marketing plan, and in the marketing plan we have a promotion plan for a product or a service so that we are able to communicate well with our customers. The role of promotion in the marketing mix. Now we are going to discuss promotion and its role. Overall marketing objectives are marketing mix and promotional mix. These are divided into two areas. In the marketing objectives, we want product, place, promotion, and price. And in this we cover 4 P's. But in promotional mix, we have things like advertising, public relations, sales promotion, and personal selling. When we talk about marketing objectives, these lead to target market. And if we see the promotional mix, these lead to promotion plan. In this slide, this shows that a marketing manager determines the goals of the promotional strategy in light of the firm's overall goals for the marketing mix. Using the overall goals, marketers combine the elements of the promotional strategy into a coordinated plan. And this plan is concerted plan where all the promotional activities are given importance with respect to efforts and with respect to the results we got. This plan becomes an integral part of the marketing strategy for reaching the target market. We have discussed, we have seen the target market, and this target market now requires promotional strategy. The main function of promotional strategy is to convince target customers of the target market that the goods and services offered provide a competitive advantage over the competition available in the market. And this is a way to communicate with the customers, and the customer should be able to know that first the product is available in the market, and then it should be also addressing the benefits, advantages of buying this particular product. What are the advantages are there which are over the competitors playing in the market. Competitive advantage. How do we get competitive advantage? What are the features of the competitive advantage? The first one, the most important one, is a high product quality. If our product or the service is of utmost high quality, then the customers are going to like this product. Next is the rapid delivery. Whether the marketer is able to deliver the product on time or not. If he is able to deliver the product on time, then this is considered an advantage over the competitors. Here, there are 2 or 3 things to be seen. we have products, regular products, and we have to provide the products to the customer on time. If the customer requires a certain changes in the product, we should be able to provide those changes in the product and finally supply the product to the customer. And the important thing to be seen is the rapidness with which we work and we deliver the product or service to the customer. Next thing which gives an advantage over the competition is the low price. If the value for money is there, I'm not talking only the low price, here I'm talking about the value for money. If we provide value for money to the customer, then the product is going to be sold like anything. I would not say to be sold, I would say the product will be liked by the customer if it adds value to the money. And how do we communicate with the customer that our product provides more value for money? And that we have to see what communication technique we should be using so that our information without any disturbance, without any change, reaches the customer, and that is the target customer from the target market. Excellent service is also part of the competitive advantage. We should be able to provide maybe after sales service if it is a manufactured product, and purely service also when we are providing only the service. So excellence is required in the service and in the product also. And it means we have to provide the quality product or the quality service to the customer. What do we mean by the quality? Quality is the degree of excellence which the product or service provides to the customer. And then unique features. The product is incorporated with unique features which have been decided by taking the requirements of the customers. Here we'll discuss the voice of customer. Voice of customer tells the needs of the customer, what the customer requires, and what are those features which are liked by the customer, and the customer gives importance to what features. And those features have been provided in the product. I would say these are unique features in our product or in our service, and those should be communicated to the customer. And what sort of channels of communication we are going to use? Here we are going to discuss all those things which are required to communicate with the customers. The main function of a marketer's promotional strategy is to convince the target market that the goods and services offered provide a competitive advantage over other players in the market. And second thing is, a competitive advantage is the set of unique features of a company and its products that are perceived as superior over the competition, and these features are listed in the slide. Now we have to see that we will consider only those features which are being given importance by the customer. It is not like that. We consider some features which are very important, but the customer may not like those features. But we have to give due importance to the voice of customer. The customer requires certain features, and we have to provide those features in the product, and those are to be communicated to the customer. Goals and tasks of promotion through communication. Informing. There are basically 3 goals which are to be achieved through communication with the customer. Informing. We want to inform certain things to the customer. Second is reminding. If we have informed earlier, then we have to remind the customer again and again. And third one is persuading. We have to persuade the customer so that he likes our product and he buys our product. And this is possible only through proper communication. and proper promotional techniques. And these three, informing, reminding and persuading, is done only on the target audience or the target customers available in the target market. Promotion seeks to modify behavior and thoughts in some way. It also strives to reinforce existing behavior. If existing behavior of the customer is in favor of our product, that it again reinforces that behavior. It also modifies the behavior of the customer if it is not in line with our product or service. Promotion has three basic tasks to perform. It can inform the target audience, it can persuade the target audience, and also it can remind the target audience. These are the basic jobs done by promotion. Often a marketer will try to accomplish two or more these tasks at the same time. Again, we'll discuss goal and task of promotion. We already have discussed informing, reminding, persuading, and target audience. These three tasks of promotion with respect to PLC. PLC means product life cycle. Say information. At what stage we have to inform the customer? Introduction or early growth stage. At this stage, we have to inform regarding the availability of our product in the market. Then persuading is done in the product life cycle stage of growth and maturity. During this stage, we have to persuade the customer so that he buys our product. And reminding, at what stage of product life cycle reminding is to be carried out is the maturity stage. Now we have related our promotional strategy with respect to the product life cycle. The informing phase of promotion seeks to convert an existing need into a want or to stimulate interest in a new product. It is more prevalent during the early stages of the product life cycle. This we discussed earlier also. Persuasive promotion is designed to stimulate a purchase or an action. It becomes a main promotion goal when the product enters a growth stage of its life cycle. And finally, reminder promotion is used to keep the product or brand name in the public's mind. It is effective during the maturity cycle. And these three tasks of the promotion with respect to product life cycle we have discussed. Goals and tasks of promotion. Remind customers that product may be needed. Remind customers where to buy the product and maintain customer awareness. This is the basic job of reminder and reminder promotion. And then we have to see the AIDA part of advertising also. What is AIDA? AIDA, A stands for attention, I stands for interest, D for desire, A for action. Finally, we have to reach the A stage. Model that outlines the process for achieving promotional goals in terms of stages of customer involvement with the messages. Under advertising, this is regarding attention and interest, and this is very effective. Advertising is very effective with respect to attention and with respect to creating interest. Desire to somewhat effective. If we want to see the effect on desire of the customer, it is somewhat effective. And the black dot shows that action is not effective. public relations, very effective attention, very effective interest, and very effective desire also. But whereas action is concerned, again not effective. Sales promotion, somewhat effective, attention is there, somewhat effective, interest is there, but very effective desire is there when we say sales promotion. And also somewhat effective action is also there. Action means the customer is now rather forced to buy the product. And personal selling, if we consider personal selling, means communication is done through personal selling, and attention part is somewhat effective, interest created in the customer's mind is very effective through personal selling, and desire to buy the product is also very effective as it is shown by red dot. And action is also very effective in personal selling. Now we have seen the effect of advertising, public relations, sales promotion, and personal selling with respect to getting attention, interest, desire, and action of the customer. The goal of any promotion is to get someone to buy a good or service. This is the basic aim of any promotional technique, so that the customer is ready to buy our product or a service or take some action. A classic model for reaching promotional goals is called AIDA. AIDA is the basic model, and it is the concept attention, interest, desire, and action. Full form of AIDA is attention, interest, desire, and action, the stages of customer involvement. This model proposes that consumers respond to marketing messages in a cognitive, means thinking, effective, feeling, and conative, doing sequence. There are two now methods, cognitive and conative. Conative covers doing sequences, whereas cognitive covers thinking, affective, and feeling. Now the AIDA part, the AIDA concept, which I said, attention, then interest, then desire, and finally action. And again our cognitive approach means thinking, effective means feeling, and conative means doing, means action. And this is the way the attention, interest, desire, and action move forward, and it makes the customer to buy the product or service. The AIDA concept again further elaborated. Again, attention, interest, desire, action. And this is regarding for any product or service, and it is shown in the diagrams also. Attention part, if we say advertising, it is very effective, public relations very effective, sales promotion to some extent effective, personal selling also to some effective. And similarly we have covered all these advertising, public relations, sales promotion, and personal selling with respect to attention achieved, with respect to interest achieved, with respect to desire achieved, and with respect to action achieved. And these are basic AIDA concept. And this provides, which we have shown in the previous slide, the relationship between the AIDA model and the promotional mix. Above is a variation on that exhibit. For example, advertising is most useful in gaining attention for goods. In contrast, personal selling reaches fewer people at first. Salespeople are more effective at creating customer interest, in creating desire, and taking action. We are discussing promotional techniques with respect to AIDA concept. Public relations is best at gaining attention for a company. a good or service. Sales promotion's greatest strength is in creating strong desire and purchase intent, means action. Push and pull strategies. Under these two strategies, manufacturer promotes to wholesaler. Under push strategy, manufacturer promotes to wholesaler. Wholesaler promotes to retailer, and retailer promotes to consumer, and consumer buys from retailer. And in the initial state, orders to manufacturers. Similarly, on the contrast, we have a pull strategy. Under pull strategy, the manufacturer promotes to consumer. Consumer demands product from retailer, and retailer demands product from wholesaler, and wholesaler demands product from manufacturer. There is a push strategy and there is a pull strategy. In pull strategy, we create demand or a need for a product in the mind of the customer. And this strategy is called the marketing strategy. Under this, manufacturers may use aggressive personal selling and trade advertising to convince a wholesaler, retailer to carry and sell their merchandise. This is known as a push strategy. On the other hand, the wholesaler in turn pushes the merchandise forward by persuading the retailer to handle the goods. The retailer uses advertising and other forms of promotion to convince customers to buy the pushed products. This is part of push strategy. At the other end, we have a pull strategy which stimulates consumer demand to obtain product distribution. The manufacturer uses a pull strategy by focusing promotional efforts on end consumers and opinion leaders. We have to concentrate our efforts on the customers and the opinion leaders which guide the customer to form an opinion regarding a product, regarding a brand, regarding a service. The wholesaler then places order for the pulled merchandise from the manufacturer. Consumer demand pulls the product through the channel of distribution, and it is possible only through proper communication. A company typically uses a mix of push and pull strategies. It cannot be 100% push, it cannot be 100% pull. The push and pull strategies are diagrammed in the slide which we have seen earlier. Factors now affecting promotional mix. What are those factors which are to be considered while having a proper promotional mix? These factors are nature of the product. What sort of the product is? Whether it is a household good or it is a consumer durable or a something which is required for the health of the customer. So we have to see what sort of the product is this, and we have to see the product life cycle, at what stage of product life cycle the product is operating, and target market characteristics. What are the characteristics of the target market? What are the characteristics of the target customers? Then the type of buying decision. What sort of decision is there which is used by consumers, which are used by customers? and what sort of funds are available with the customer. Means availability of funds is also one of the factors. And whether we are going to have push strategy or pull strategy. And these all factors will govern the promotional mix, that is use of advertising, use of public relations, use of sale promotion and use of personal selling. What percentage of advertising is required, what percentage of public relations is required, what percentage of sales promotion is required, and what percentage of personal selling is required, and this will be seen through all these factors, and all these factors are responsible for deciding the percentage of promotional mix. Again, promotional mix, it's a combination of promotional tools used to reach the target market and fulfill the organization's overall goals regarding advertising, public relations, sales promotion and personal selling. Most promotional strategies use several components of promotion, which may include advertising, public relations, sales promotion and personal selling to reach the target market. The more emphasis is placed on a particular promotional element, the more important that element is considered to be in the overall promotional mix. It is obvious that we will use that promotional element most which has the most effect on the customer regarding buying the product or service. A discussion of each of the promotional mix elements now follows. The promotional mix, advertising. Advertising is impersonal, one-way mass communication about a product or organization that is paid for by a marketer. Money is spent by the marketer on advertising, and this method is impersonal and it is one-way communication. Only the marketer is communicating something to the customer through advertisement. Almost all companies use some form of advertising, ranging from a newspaper classified ad to a high value campaign. Every company uses advertising for their product or services. Means of advertising may be different, but to some extent this method is used by all the marketers. Integrated marketing communications. The careful coordination. What do we mean by integrated marketing communication? The meaning is the careful coordination of all promotional messages to assure the consistency of messages at every contact point where a company meets the consumer. So, there are 2-3 things we have discussed in this statement. Our promotional mix or the promotional strategy should be consistent with respect to some time frame, and it should be able to reach our target customers. IMC, Integrated Marketing Communication, popularity growth, proliferation of thousands of media choices. We have proliferation of thousands of media choices. We have fragmentation of the mass market and slash of advertising, spending in favor of promotional techniques that generate immediate response with respect to the customer. Advertising media. Traditional advertising media on one side we have, and new advertising media on the other side. We will discuss what are these traditional methods and what are these new advertising methods. Under traditional advertising methods, we have TV, television, radio, newspapers, magazines, books, direct mails, billboards, and transit cards, through which we communicate with the customer. And these are traditional methods which are being used for the last so many decades. And now we have new methods available. Internet is one of them. Through internet also we reach our target customers. Banner ads are there, viral marketing is there, email is there, and interactive video is there. And these 5 methods we consider as comparatively new methods for reaching or communicating with the customer. Media choices are plentiful and fragmented. In addition to the traditional advertising media, new methods are being used to reach consumers. Internet advertising is being increasingly used as a vital component of promotional technique. Banner ads, viral marketing, and interactive promotions are all ways to reach the target audience. Advertising. What are the advantages and what are its disadvantages? Under advantages, it reaches large number of people at a low cost per contact and can be micro-targeted. And disadvantages are total cost is very high. National reach is expensive for small companies. Here advantages and disadvantages. Under cost, we say low cost, but this low cost is per contact. And we say high. Total cost is very high. Advertising has the advantage of being able to reach larger numbers of people, but it can also be micro-targeted to small groups. Although the cost per contact in advertising is low, the total cost to advertise is typically very high. Only financially able companies can afford to advertise on a national basis for their products or services, and they can communicate with the customers. And big companies can afford advertising. Under public relations, we have to understand the meaning of public relations. The marketing function that evaluates public attitudes, identifies areas within the organization that the public may be interested in, and executes a program of action to earn public understanding and acceptance is called public relations. Many organizations spend large amount of money to build a positive public image, and these funds are very high, and the efforts required for making public relations are also very high. Public relations help an organization communicate with stockholders, customers, suppliers, government, employees, and also the community. The function of public relations, its main aim is to maintain a positive image of the company in the eyes of consumers or customers, educate the public about the company's objectives, and introduce new products, support the sales effort, and generate favorable publicity among the public. Public relations is used to maintain a positive image as well as the functions shown on the earlier slide. Nothing sells a product better than the free publicity. But publicity should not be viewed as free. will prefer if publicity is from the word of mouth, one customer telling the other customer regarding the company, regarding the product and its features, preparing news releases, staging events, and persuading media personnel to print or broadcast them costs money. Under sales promotion, which is also part of the promotional mix, first we'll understand its meaning. Marketing activities other than personal selling, advertising and public relations that stimulate consumer buying and dealer effectiveness is called sales promotion. Sales promotion is generally a short-run tool used to stimulate immediate increases in demand. At the same time, sales promotion is used to improve the effectiveness of other ingredients in the promotion mix, especially advertising and personal selling. Sales promotion, so far we have discussed, and this particular tool of marketing mix is free samples, organizing contests, premiums, trade shows, vacation giveaways, and coupons. If we talk about free samples and contests, these are basically for end consumers. If we talk about premiums and trade shows, and these are basically for company employees. If we talk about vacation giveaways and coupons, these are basically for trade customers. Sales promotion can be aimed at end consumers, trade consumers, or a company's employees. A major promotional campaign might use several of the tools shown on this slide along with other elements of the promotional mix. Personal selling. What do we mean by personal selling? It is a planned presentation to one or more prospective buyers for the purpose of making a sale, and it is known as personal selling. Personal selling is a purchase situation involving a personal paid for communication between two people in an attempt to influence each other. Both buyer and seller have specific objectives in their mind. The buyer may need to minimize cost or assure a quality product, while the salesperson may need to maximize revenue and profits. Personal selling is traditional selling and the relationship selling. Traditional methods of personal selling include a planned presentation to one or more prospective buyers. Here in this case, the seller tries to persuade the buyer to accept a point of view or take action. Frequently, the traditional view of personal selling creates a win-lose outcome at the expense of the buyer. Relationship selling, on the other hand, emphasizes a win-win outcome and the accomplishment of mutual objectives that benefit both buyer and salesperson in the long term. The goal is a long-term committed relationship based on trust and customer loyalty. Personal selling is increasingly dependent on the internet to attract potential buyers seeking information. Marketing communication. Categories of marketing communication. First one is the interpersonal communication. Second is mass communication. It means communication, marketing communication can be divided into two parts. One is interpersonal communication and the other is mass communication. Communication has two categories. What we discussed right now, interpersonal communication, which is direct, face-to-face communication between two or more people. And mass communication refers to communicating a concept or message to larger audiences, usually through a mass medium such as television or newspaper. When a company advertises, it does not know the consumers personally, nor is it able to respond immediately to reactions to the advertising messages. Instead, the marketing manager must wait and see how people are reacting to the mass communicated promotion. Any clutter from competitors' messages or other distractions can reduce the effectiveness of the mass communication effort. Here the competitors will also play a vital role, whether there is any disturbance for the message to reach the target consumers. Marketing communication as senders, as receivers. As senders, inform, persuade, remind. As receivers, develop messages, adapt messages, spot new communication opportunities. Marketers are both senders and receivers of messages. They are to receive messages from the consumers, they are to receive messages from customers. As senders, marketers inform, persuade, and remind the target market to adopt courses of action. As receivers, marketers attune themselves to the target market in order to develop and adapt messages and spot new communication opportunities. Here, when they see the reaction of customers or consumers, they adapt different ways of forwarding messages. Marketing communication is a two-way process. And this process starts from the sender, somebody who is there to send the message. And it is basically a marketer. He is a sender of the message. He is to communicate some message to the consumers and to the customers. Then encoding of the message will be carried out. When encoding is over, through some channel, message will travel. When it reaches the target, and it will be decoded, the decoding of the message, and then finally it reaches a receiver. In between encoding and decoding, we have the noise in any form, which produces disturbance in understanding the message. And then finally, when the message reaches a receiver, receiver gives a feedback to the sender through feedback channel, and this is the communication process, and this we call it as two-way process. Marketing communication is two-way process, which we have shown in the previous slide also. The sender originates the message. Encoding is the conversion of the sender's ideas and thoughts into a message, usually words or signs. And transmission of a message requires a channel, some communication medium through which the message will travel. Reception occurs when the message is detected by the receiver. Transmission may be hindered because of noise. Anything that interferes with, distorts, or slows down the transmission of information is called the noise. Decoding is the interpretation of the language and symbols sent by the sender. Proper match between the message to be conveyed and the target market's attitude is the job of the marketing manager. Differences in culture, age, social class, education, and ethnicity can lead to miscommunication. Marketers targeting consumers in foreign countries must also worry about translation and miscommunication issues, which are more prominent in foreign countries. The receiver's response to a message is direct feedback to the source of origin of the message. Since mass communicators are cut off from direct feedback, they rely on market research or analysis of viewer perceptions for indirect feedback. So the feedback which is given by the receivers to the sender, again there we have different channels. Either we should get direct feedback from the consumers or customers, or we get a feedback through market research. We form a questionnaire, we approach the consumers and get their feedback of our message. Characteristics of the elements in the promotional mix. When we discuss advertising, communication mode, indirect and impersonal. Communication control, we have a very low control on communication. Feedback amount, only little feedback is received. Feedback speed, mostly it is delayed. Message flow direction, it is only one way. Message content control, yes, we have a control on the message content. Sponsor identification, we have control on the sponsor. Yes, reaching large audience and it is reaching very fast. Message flexibility, same message to all audience, and this is part of advertising. And the same thing if we discuss regarding public relations, communication through public relations. Communication mode, usually indirect, impersonal. Communication control, we have a moderate to low control on the communication. Feedback amount, very little. Feedback speed, delayed. And message flow direction, again it is one way. Message content control, there is no control. And sponsor identification, again there is no control. And reaching large audience, usually very fast. Message flexibility, usually no direct control on message flexibility. Sales promotion, communication mode, usually indirect and impersonal. When we talk about sales promotion, it is also usually indirect and impersonal with respect to communication mode. Communication control, moderate to low. Feedback amount, little to moderate. Feedback speed, okay, again it varies. Message flow direction, mostly it is one way. Message content control, yes, we have a control. Sponsor identification, yes. Reaching large audience, very fast. Message flexibility, same message to varied target market or consumers or customers. In personal selling, as far as communication mode is concerned, it is direct face-to-face. Communication control, very high control we have. Feedback amount, much. Feedback speed, we get immediate feedback. Message flow direction, here it is two-way because it is personal selling. Message content control, we have a control because it is personal selling. We have to make the content and we have to deliver. Sponsor identification, yes. Reaching large audience, very slow. It's a slow process. Personal selling is a slow process. Communication is very slow. Message flexibility, and it is tailored to prospect. Marketing communication, impact of the new media, internet, blogging, and viral marketing. We'll discuss these four aspects of marketing communication also. The impact of blogging. Corporate blogs, when we discuss corporate blogs, these are sponsored by a company or one of its brands and maintained by one or more of the company's employees. And on the other hand, non-corporate blogs, which are independent and not associated with the marketing efforts of any particular company or brand. The internet and related technologies are having an impact on marketing, communication, including the promotion mix. The rise of blogging has created a new way for marketers to manage their image, connect with the consumers, and generate product interest and desire. Factors affecting the choice of promotional mix. Nature of the product, stage in PLC, product life cycle, target market factors, type of buying decision, promotion funds, and push or pull strategy. Promotional mixes vary a great deal from one product and one industry to the next. Advertising and personal selling are used to promote goods and services, supplemented by sales promotion. Public relations helps develop a positive image for the product and the organization. A firm may choose not to use all four promotional elements, or it may choose to use them in varying degrees and varying percentages. This slide shows the factors affecting the promotion mix chosen by a firm. Subsequent slides describe the key points of each factor. Stages in product life cycle. We have discussed PLC. First stage means introduction. Light advertising, pre-introduction publicity. What are the communication methods which are useful, which are more effective in different stages of the product life cycle we are discussing now. Next is heavy use of advertising, PR for awareness, sales promotion for trial, and these we are using till growth. And finally, under growth, we use advertising, personal relations, brand loyalty, personal selling for distribution. Maturity, here adds decrease, sales promotion, personal selling, reminder and persuasive selling is done. When the product reaches decline stage, we use ads, personal relation, decrease, limited sales promotion, and personal selling for distribution. This we have discussed different promotional tools used under different stages of product life cycle. The product life cycle is a factor in designing a promotion mix which we have shown in the slide. I'll repeat, in the introduction stage, the basic goal of promotion is to inform the target audience of product availability. Advertising and public relations inform the target audience, while sales promotion encourages early trial. Personal selling gets retailers to carry the product. The ways of communication for different stages of product life cycle we have discussed. Today we learned different communication techniques, integrated marketing communication, and promotional methods for reaching our target audience available in the target market.
So, well friends, as Professor Kakkar summed up what we have learned in today's lectures, and he very lucidly and very simply explained all the important aspects of the marketing communication, integrated marketing communication. So I think you have got the point, and so with this we conclude the lecture. I thank all of you for watching the lecture, and on your behalf I thank Professor Subhas Kakkar for giving such an insightful lecture on this very topic. Thank you very much.